It is a new day, new year. It's windy as well. What's going on, everyone? It's your boy Ethan. It is 2021, first session of 2021. I know it's like February for you guys right now at this point, but first session of 2021. We took a little bit of a break, about a week and a half off. Today, January 7th, I think. And of course, we're back at Boston Billiard. So we're probably gonna play some 1-3. I don't know if we're gonna play 2-5 today. We took like a week and a half off. Haven't played any live poker. Probably a little rusty, might be punty as well. So we're gonna hop into the 1-3 games, see how it goes. But yeah, new year for opportunities. We got a blank slate, and let's try to start off the year right with a good session. Today we are hopping into the 1-3, and this first hand here with pocket sixes in the small blind playing 5-handed. There's a button limp, and in the small blind here, I think the button's been open limping a lot recently, so I decided to raise things up to $15 with a pair being ahead of her range. The big blind folds and the button calls going to a flop. Flop is ace, 6-4, 2 hearts, and here, starting off 2021 with a set here, which is awesome. I throw out a c-bet of $15, and she makes the call. Turn comes the case 6, that's right. Thank you, dealer. We have quads in the first hand of 2021. Unsure what we can get called by besides ace X, I decided to just throw out another very small bet once again for $15, trying to get her whole range in here. She does call for 15, and we're going to the river knowing we can't lose this one. The river is a 5. Once again, definitely going to throw out a bet for value. Not sure what I'm targeting, hoping it's just ace X. I throw out a bet of $50. She tanks for quite some time before ultimately on a call. We show our hand, we've got a high hand, and we're on the board in the running for $300.
Floor, high hand, table, 190.
Good start to 2021, I would say.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cody.
Oh my God.
Next spot, picking up ace 10 offsuit on the button. There's a limper to me, and in position, I put in the raise to $15, and we get 2 players to make the call. Going to a flop, which comes queen 8-6 rainbow. Action checks to me, and here I think this is a good spot to just check it back with ace high. Probably not going to be good here against 2 opponents. The turn comes another queen, and action checks to me once again, so now I think that there's a chance that sometimes ace high can be good here. We throw out a very small bet of $15 to protect ace high, and we get 1 player to make the call on the big blind. Let's go to a river. The river is an ace. Pretty great card for us, as we are probably actually good here now against any 8 or 6. He checks, and I think we're just going to go for very thin value, targeting like 8x holdings, and throw out a bet of $20. Now he puts in the check raise, and it's not good news. He check raises to a very small amount of $50, and I think this is just an unfortunate and tough spot. I don't see this player raising or overplaying ace X, and I don't see him taking this line with anything else other than trip queens or better. So I ultimately think, and I've just got to let this one go. It's only $30 more for me to call, but I just can't think I'm ever good here. So I lay it down, and he shows a queen for the vlog. Nice hand, Chris. Our pocket sixes holds for the high hand, and we win $300 with quads. Shout out to Cody for dealing this one, and yeah, what a great start to 2021 with winning a high hand. Third notable hand of the session, picking up ace 5 of hearts in the hijack, and there's a button straddle. The player to my right limps. Like I said, I think she seems to be fairly limp happy. Given the action, I raise things up to $25, folds back to her, and the limper makes the call. Let's go to a flop. Flop is king 3-4 2 hearts, beautiful. We have a straight draw, we have the nut flush draw. She actually throws out a bet into us for $25. She's sitting around $200 effective, and yeah, we're gonna try to get stacks in as soon as possible. I put in the raise to $100, hoping to commit her stack, or at least half of her stack, but with this raise, unfortunately, she is going to let this one go. We're just gonna take this down with a very strong combo draw. Alrighty, shortly after that, pocket 8's in the hijack, and there's a button straddle again. The big blind opens up the action to $20. Onto me, I decided to just make the call here and not 3-bet against this player, early position. We're just going to call and see a flop. Flop heads up comes 3 deuce deuce rainbow. He checks to us, and this is a decent spot to c-bet, I think, with an overpair. Just here to protect against overcards. So I put in a bet of $25, not too large, and he does call for 25. Going to a turn which comes a queen. He checks, and this is one of those cards we didn't really want to see. I don't think betting here makes a whole lot of sense, so we just check it back with the over card to our pair. Going to a river which comes a 7. Now he throws out a bet of $60. It seems like a pretty big bet for almost no reason. And for that reason, I decided to make the call here and just not really believe what he's selling. But I should have believed it because he flips over ace deuce of spades for flopped trips and takes us to Value Town, and we kind of get owned in this hand. This next spot I wanted to include because it seems like we're on a pretty passive table, and we look down at ace 6 offsuit in the big blind. There are 4 whole limpers to me playing 6-handed, so a lot of people limping, and it seems like ace high seems to be ahead of their limp ranges. So with that, I can't say that. So with this in mind, I put in the raise to $25 just to maybe isolate the field a little bit and apply some pressure on weaker holdings. But we actually get folds. Every single one of the limpers fold, and we take down some money rake free and pre-flop. On to the next one, a little bit more playable than ace 6 off. We pick up 9-8 of diamonds in the hijack, once again with the button straddle. There's a big blind open to $30. This is the same player that opened up ace deuce of spades last time, so we're definitely going to be targeting it. If he's going to be opening ace deuce of spades from the big blind, I think we can just 3-bet a little bit wider and put pressure on those kind of holdings. I 3-bet to $60. Action folds back to this big blind player and defends the 60. Let's go to a flop. The flop is queen 5-3 rainbow. Pretty disconnected board, pretty dry, all things considered. It is a 3-bet pot. So when he checks to us, we're in position. Just going to fire a c-bet with my entire range. C-bet $40, and it's good enough to take it down. This next hand, actually a good one this time. Pocket kings in the cutoff. There's one limp to me, and putting in the raise to $15. I get the small blind and limper to call, so 3 ways to a flop. Flop is 6, 7, deuce, 2 spades. Action checks to me, and definitely going to put in the c-bet with our overpair. I c-bet $30, and the small blind gets out of the way, but the limper is still in it and makes the call with about $50-ish behind. Let's go to a turn. I don't think it really matters. Even if a spade comes, we're just going to rip it all in. The turn is the jack of hearts. She checks, and I'm just going to put it all in for $50-ish effective. And unfortunately, we don't get the remaining 50. She makes the folds, and once again, we are taking down another pot. This next hand is a fun one, picking up jack 10 of hearts in the cutoff. I open up the action to $12, and we immediately face some aggression as the button 3-bets us to 40. I haven't seen him 3-bet much, and when action folds to me, I think this is a very playable hand. Although out of position and I don't love it, I'm just going to make the call and evaluate a flop and see what happens. The flop comes jack 5 deuce rainbow. I check with top pair on a dry board, and he throws out a bet of $40. Here, I didn't play jack 10 suited to fold with top pair. Let's just go to a turn and evaluate the action then. I make the call for 40. The turn is the queen of clubs, not an amazing card for us. Sometimes we're beat by ace queen suited of some sort. I check, and surprisingly, he actually checks it back. Let's go off to a river. The river is the 3 of hearts. This really doesn't change a whole lot for us. Once again, I check, and he throws out a bet of $115. I'm pretty much only beating ace king here, but given the turn check back, I think we're just a little bit obligated to call, maybe being a little sticky here, but I do make the call, and I was right given that he does have at least one ace, but it's just followed by another one, so I pay him off there on the river as he has pocket aces. That was a really good turn check back by him for pot control and a little bit of deception, and it got him paid. The last hand of the night that we're going to play here, we pick up pocket 8s under the gun, and I open up the action to $15. Only the small blind is involved, but he doesn't make the call. He actually 3-bets to 60. Back to me with pocket 8s here. Just going to make the call and see a flop in position. The flop is 3-4-7 rainbow. He checks to us, and this is the same player that checked to us on the flop when he flopped trips. Maybe he's just playing us, but with our overpair, we're going to play this standardly and throw out a bet of $40, pretty much just targeting over cards like ace king, ace queen. He thinks about it and makes the call for 40, and let's go to a turn. The turn is a 3, He checks for a second time, and I think this seems like a relatively safe card. I don't think we can get that much value against ace king, ace queens either, so I decided to just check it back and see a river. The river is a 10. It doesn't seem like he has too many 10x's in his range, but he does throw out a bet of $100, and with that said, I don't really believe him too much here. It seems like we're bluff catching, but either we had him totally dominated or we are getting owned by a higher pocket pair. So when I make the call, he actually shows us pocket 10s for the top boat. So yeah, not only does he not have too many 10s in his range, he actually had all of them in his holding. Nice hand, man. What a time, what a session. This was a really quick one, actually. I only played for about 2.5 hours, and yes, it is pitch dark here. But yeah, we started off hot. We couldn't have started any better than flopping, not flopping quads, but turning quads, getting the $300 high hand bonus. What a nice warm welcome to 2021. And then things didn't really go great. Played a little fishy the last 2 hands with the jack 10 and the pocket 8s. Yeah, didn't go the way I wanted to, but at the end of the day, let's get some better lighting real quick. We ended up being in the game for $500, played for 2.5 hours. We're out of the game for 376, unfortunately there. But with the $270 high hand bonus, minus $30 for the tip, always tip your dealers, guys. We ended up on the session, cash out for a total of $646. Profit of $146 in about 2.5 hours played, so no complaints here. But nice warm welcome, good start, I'd say, to say the least, for 2021. I'm shivering, I'm cold, I'm ending this outro. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.